My absolute favourite Mr. Man story from when I was younger is Mr. Greedy. And I recently reread this and did a discussion about it without the book. But I recently bought the box set of all of the Mr. Men books, and I wanted to just do another video, but this time showing you some of my favourite illustrations, because some of the pictures in this have stuck with me and remained in my mind so prominently throughout my entire childhood, teenagehood, adulthood. This book is ingrained in me, and this definitely taught me to read. Mr. Greedy is the second Mr. Man book, and this was published, I think, in 2020, this particular book, but it was originally 1971, so he was published the same year as the first book, Mr. Tickle. And the story is pretty simple. Mr. Greedy is too greedy, and it gets him into some pretty sticky situations. And it starts off with one of the most memorable bits of text from any Mr. Man book. And he's just gorgeous. I just think he's absolutely adorable. And the design of his house, the roly-poly sort of house, is such an iconic bit of text. But that's not the bit I was on about. The bit I was on about, this one. He had toast, 2 slices, cornflakes, 1 packet, milk, 1 bottle, etc. I'm not going to read it. The book's still in copyright, so I'm not going to read it out or kind of go through every single page. But I just wanted to do a brief look at it. And what happens is he ends up, as it says, being a curious sort of fellow, coming across this giant's home. And this book actually taught me the word colossal. Let's see where the word colossal is mentioned. There we go. A huge, enormous, gigantic, colossal plate. The word colossal is mentioned a few times there, and it did. It obviously taught me to read in many ways. I'm sure there are other bits of vocabulary it taught me, but the word colossal I remember learning from this book. And to be honest, I don't think there's any other word that I remember specifically learning from any specific text. So for me, that's just such a magical thing that I can remember. And that I don't know why I always find that so funny. And this giant tells Mr. Greedy to not be greedy, and he turns his life around. And obviously there's a really important message here. Well, the main message is be aware of giants. But it's obviously a really important message to anybody reading it, but obviously the young children at whom this is targeted, that moderation is key. It never teaches children that they shouldn't eat sugar or that they shouldn't eat fatty foods. It's all about moderation and not being greedy. And obviously we're not talking about children who overeat or anything because of emotional problems. I am talking about my own childhood. But just in general, it's very easy for children to just see a lot of chocolate and consume it without really realizing that it's bad for them or bad for their health. So I think it's obviously got a really important message that will probably be relevant forever. But the illustrations in this are gorgeous, and it's just such the memories are amazing. It takes me straight back to my childhood. It's, as I said, without a doubt, my favourite Mr. Man book. Probably my favourite Mr. Man and Little Miss book. My all-time favourite. I really do have such a huge soft spot for Mr. Greedy. I absolutely love it.